Hello everyone. In this demonstration, I would like to show you how to do a OpenCM IDE example for basically remote control CarBot. The basic thing that you've done a lot in task easily already by now. Just show you differences here. So my system is I have server 1, 2, 3, 4 in continuous turn mode. I use an OpenCM 904B here. It sits on top of a 485 EXP expansion board. I'm using a LiPo battery to power everything here. And I'm using a BT 210. And I'm going to be using the remote controller, the virtual remote controller from the PC, so that everything is easily captured for video. All right, so that's where we're at. And it's not turned on yet. Okay, so let's look at the code first here. So this is the CM CarBot RC. The sketch is provided with the book also. So I'm using the RC controller, so I have to include the proper include and define the proper RC100 object that I call controller. You need to watch out because as far as the 904B concerned, because all the servo are on the 45 EXP, the servo are on serial 3. And because I'm going to be using the BT 210, so I'll be also using serial 2 virtual controller. You're going to hook up on that one. So I have a few constant definition, ID number 1, 2, 3, 4, which are those guys down here. So because I know that my data mixer is coming from serial bus, data mixer bus 03, I had to make sure that it knows that. So I define my data mixer object DXL and tell it, hey, it's on serial 3. So with all voice setup, so I begin setting up the 1 megabit per second bus protocol. This pin mode here, you can have it, but you don't have to. It doesn't go too much to the code. And then first, it's important to initialize the controller, and then you can use either BT210 or BT110A or Zigbee, whatever you can do is fine. This is the oops. So this is the command to tell the 4 servo to go to wheel mode, and then I'm going to be receiving the data coming in from the virtual controller. So I define the integer, initialize 0. We're done with the setup. And then in the loop, with the big loop, an endless loop, check to see if control available. In task program, that would be the flag, if data are coming in or not. If data coming in, read the data from controller from the buffer, save to receive data. And also, I'm using a serial USB, so it can output out the data here too for you. You can see what's going on. So print the serial port, the USB serial port. And then very easy, just an if-else structure. If it captured that it found out that I pushed the U button, essentially go forward, which is using the control, the command called goal speed, DXL goal speed, acting on each servo. 500 means it's really going 500 counterclockwise. You add 1023 to it, it means it go clockwise. So these things from the basic, you probably know by now. So if it's up, go forward essentially. If it's down, go back. If it's left button push, of course, go left. And if you push right button, go right. And then if you don't push anything, it's best to have this else catch everything and just basically just turn the speed to 0. Okay, so the control to begin is important. Begin 1 means you're using Bluetooth mode. That means Zigbee and everything else too, really. If you remember, the RC100 have a little NIR mode or the IR mode. That's mode 2 here. Go begin 2. But I don't expect you guys to use too much of that. if you're in OpenCM IDE, but you suppose you can do it. And then these are just some of the constant defining for button U. It's really 1, and then D will mean 2, and so on. All right. So the code has been compiled and downloaded, and let's see we can play with it. Okay. So let me arrange the screen a little bit. So that one is here. I'm going to turn it on, and then I'm going to bring the RoboFlip Manager in. COM9 is where, actually COM8. Glad I caught that. COM8 is the outgoing port for the BT210 here. And then I'm going to, let's see, take that out of the way. I want to see some numbers here. And then I use the SIG2 serial management, SIG2 to serial management. Take some time to connect. Okay, good. It's connected now. So I'll make sure everything is in here. See. Okay, it's included in there. I click on the RC100. It pops this up and I bring it in here. I'm gonna put it down here so they can see what data that I send here too. It's kind of a nice feature that way. Over here, everything is caught in there. Okay. Now that's easy. Let's see everything is working. I have everything on. Full solid lights on, so everything should be hooked up. Let's see if it go forward. Here we go. See, every time, let me try to push real fast. It actually sent 4 2s over. So 5. So the computer and the communication, in fact, even though it's just only 57. Okay. Let me try to hit. This is a keyboard hit here of the arrow key. So if on the keyboard I can hit it quick enough and pushing on the mouse, the other menu is only 2, 3. This is 5. This touch is about 2. So you don't want to gain lots of data. It's processing the data a lot on the bus. And those you should notice every time I release a button, it will send out 0. The virtual. And also the real RC100 also. That's basically it.